The Eels and Roosters close out our round 15 of Saturday action for the Beanie for Brain Cancer round. I'm Renee Gartner. I'm joined by Josh Mansour to go through all the games, particularly this one, and we're going to start with the Eels. They look like they had the game wrapped up last week, but according to interim coach Trent Barrett, he said they went away from their game plan and they started turning over way too much ball. You've got Origin just around the corner, Josh, and this will be an extra incentive for players like Gutherson, for players like Moses to really step back into it. Is that enough to be able to sort of turn this side around and really dig into the trenches, because they need this to stay in the top 8?
I thought they gave up a bit in certain periods in that game last week. I think they just got a bit too comfortable. Like, Dogs are one side where they just won't go away for the full 80. And again, Mitch Moses was, pretty critical after that performance by his team and himself. And I think he knew that game got away from him. So, yeah, big game this week, West versus East. Para, obviously, two players, you said, Mitch Moses, Clint Gutherson, really trying to, stamp their authority. And they've been arguably they're the crux of that footy side, right? So, Clint Gutherson's their biggest worker, and he's obviously one of the safest fullbacks in the game. And then obviously Mitch Moses, he's their $1 million player. Everything evolves around him. And also, not only that, under the microscope will be Trent Barrett. Parramatta Eels don't have a coach for the next few years, and I'm sure he'll be putting his hand up for that.
All right, well, over to the Roosters, fresh off the bye, and they not only have their Origin stars back on deck, but they also welcome back a host of other stars too to their starting lineup. What strategies do you think are they likely to use against this Eels outfit?
Well, they're off the back of a disappointing loss against the Cowboys, right?
True.
So they've had that freshen up at the bye, probably perfect timing in my opinion. They've had a few distractions this year, if you look. Obviously they had to deal with the Spencer Leniu stuff. They had to deal with obviously David Fafita, Terrell May, and now Brandon Smith. So not distractions that you need in the footy side. They've got a very strong outfit. They're dark horses in my opinion to take out the premiership. But when you see them sitting on the ladder, I'm sure they're not real happy with themselves. They've really got to make a statement this week. There's no excuses. They've obviously dropped Brandon Smith this week for discipline reasons, and they've got Sanders Smith playing there, who gets a pretty good opportunity. And again, I feel like it's going to be a big statement in the Roosters.
Connor Watson's back in the side as well too. We know he's a player who is capable of playing several positions across the field. How do you see him fitting into this lineup?
Well, he was pretty much the favourite to earn that utility jumper for the New South Wales Blues this season, and I feel like he's been a bit of a loss for him. Like, he really comes onto that field and really injects a lot of energy through that middle. Again, Connor Watson can slot in anywhere. He's the perfect utility. Can slot in in the backs, can slot in the halves, hooker, lock. Yeah. So it's a pretty good luxury to have for Trent Robinson, and perfect timing in my opinion to get him back into the side.
All right, can the Eels hold the Roosters at bay?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I can't say him. Again, I feel like the Roosters got too many points in them, and I feel like the inexperience in the Parramatta Eels backs will lead to a lot of tries for the Roosters. So I'm going to tip for the Roosters. All
right, we heard it here first. Thank you very much, Josh.
Worries.
Not many tickets are left for this one, so if you want to see the match live, head to nrl.com/tickets. And if you can't get to the game, you can watch it on Foxtel, Sky New Zealand or KO. Kickoff is at 7:35 p.m.